Matter of fact, we need to start reading comments.
I'm gonna start diving in. I'm gonna start.
No, on the show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Let's do that.
No, we're gonna come in and call people's names out and read what reckless-ish they had to say.
To encourage them to be more reckless and disrespectful. I like
that. That's all this is.
Let's lean in.
For sure.
Let's lean all the way in.
Yo, they don't know me like that, son. No. If we gonna act stupid, let's act stupid. Rap Life Review, the squad is back. This is the nuclear family. Eddie's like our stepbrother. He's not here this week, but we love him nonetheless. You know what I'm saying?
And Lowkey, also happy belated birthday. And had a very busy
That messed up my spoiler right there, saying happy birthday to him.
She knew I was gonna. You was in a lot of music video?
Yes, Lowkey.
High five.
It's Givin boss.
It's Givin boss.
Okay.
Nah.
Wait, I'm not done. She had on leather too, or something in the video.
Really?
It wasn't my outfit.
How did that day go for you?
You guys know I was stressed. Of course, I didn't want to be in a music video, but Latto and her team they were really nice and really sweet. They pitched me an idea. In the video, you see the round table with like Angie Martinez and all that. Yeah. That's what they originally pitched me. I thought I could handle that, and then I got there and it was a different scene. They're like, walk sexily across this room by yourself. You know I wanted to die. But
you did it
shout out to Latto and her team. Yeah, she was really, really sweet, and I'm glad I made the trip.
I spoke to JID down in Albany, Georgia. Matter of fact, was invited out to a piece of land, like 100 acres, that JID and his family own. And met the family, mom, dad, brothers, sisters were all there, aunts, all that.
Really dope interview.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
and actually, let's jump to a clip real quick too about JID was telling me about how music changed his life.
Bro, I ain't always want to be a rapper or artist or nothing like this. This wasn't my dream. It wasn't my first love. But you don't always marry your first love. Like, this was just like, I'm really fire at this. I'm really like gifted at this. It kind of came to me, you know what I'm saying, in a time of like craziness, like turmoil, bad shit was going on, and the music kind of saved me from that. So, yeah, because I always wanted to be a football player, you feel me? Like, that was my whole shit.
And so now the music is at the forefront, and for a lot of us, this hip-hop thing saved our life.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It gave us representation, it gave us careers. Talk about the importance and the responsibility you have as an MC from the South.
I try to do my due diligence, like when checking off those little hip-hop purist boxes, when I'm making a song or whatever. I always want to show love back to like where it came from, the origin of it. That's why we like sample certain songs. That's why we like try to pay that homage back. And even like try to rap with some of the older, you know what I'm saying, OGs that still kicking flavor. Like, I know Father Time a mother, but it's still some out there kicking flavor. Like,
you can definitely hear the musicality in the album, and we get a lot more of the JID origin story. So what was it like actually getting to sit down and meet the family too?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was great. You know me, I'm a family guy, so, you know, aunts and uncles, that's my zone, you know what I mean? To really like see and to see how just family influences someone to become who they want to be, and you know what I mean? I think it's always just very, especially in this capacity where the family loves what he's doing. He's making great music that hip hop loves, and he's not, at least I don't feel like he's forcing this idea of family on us or through the album or through his artistry.
Nah, it's great and organic. Like, I think it's on Crack Sandwich. Is that the one where he's talking about getting into that fight at the bar with like the siblings? Fight. Like, that kind of stuff, you can't make that up. Like,
did you see like the musical influence within the family?
Well, the church obviously is in there, but also I think his dad was either a DJ or was in media or some sort, because they was talking about his dad doing some hosting or being on the radio or something. And I didn't really, I didn't want to turn the interview into, let's talk to, only dad. I wanted to kind of keep it talking about his album, but nah, you could definitely, the family's just amazing. Let's talk Khaled. God Did album.
Yes.
Number one. Phenomenal project. How would you... I mean, there's a couple of things, and they laughing because they know every time a Khaled album about to come out, the rollout's too much. We just want to hear the music.
Listen, Lowkey spent the whole weekend in the streets celebrating his birthday. Where you bumping this Khaled album?
All right, so let's get to it. Out of the last 3 or 4 projects, I do think this is one of his best bodies of work.
Okay. As a totality
of a
project.
Whole, just whole complete project. I love the sample flips, the Latto joint, Bills Pays, Crazy.
I love that 21 Savage, too.
21 Savage, Party All the Time, Quavo and Takeoff, that Eddie Murphy flip, incredible. And then we get to the actual record, God Did. You know, we get to Ross and Wayne and what they did and how they opened up for a 4-minute Jay-Z verse. You know, I talked to Guru, I talked to Lenny S before the verse dropped, and they were just like, he's just getting incredibly better. 52 years old and still rapping like he is. 4-minute open verse, just detailing his life, detailing what he's done for some of his artists, detailing what he's done in the drug game, detailing what he's done in his business game, detailing what he's done in the rap game. 4 minutes, and it was incredible. And we've been debating this verse for the last 4 or 5 days.
Debating? Or just talk? Debating in what context?
Is this one of his best verses?
Oh. And you say?
I say it's a top 10.
I feel similarly to Lowkey. You know, like you said, I didn't go into this expecting too much, but it's actually a solid project.
Yeah.
I'm still probably not gonna be playing it back over and over. I'd rather listen to the JID album.
Yes.
But it was solid, and of course, Hove delivered. I love this.
You guys are from the Lil Wayne is the best rapper alive generation?
No.
That was not your generation?
I'm from the generation that Hove is the best rapper alive.
You from the Lil Wayne's the best
I don't know
rapper
where I
alive
am. I
generation?
guess I'm somewhere in the middle generation.
Okay, but
Let's
there
just
was
say
a,
yes,
we
yes,
acknowledge
yes.
that there was an era.
Yeah.
There was an era.
Yeah.
And during said era, obviously me being of age, I was saying to myself, well, isn't Nas and Jay-Z still alive?
Right.
And I know that Wayne was pushing the narrative of him at the time with the tapes and the drops on YouTube and I'm the best rapper alive. So maybe it was just early trolling. But now we're here.
Okay.
Lil Wayne and Jay-Z again on a record together.
Right.
Farther into their careers.
Right.
With another great, Ross. We'd all agree is a great. Nobody's talking about their verses.
There's not much to talk about
What,
in comparison to
what
the
is there to talk
J-verse.
about?
As we sit here today,
At that
and we
moment in
review
time.
rap and rap life.
Obviously,
You know
you
what I'm
know
saying?
who has the best verse on that song.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to give it to Hove as number 1. I'll give it to Wayne as number 2. He called himself the Apex. You know, he said he was the influence of this culture today.
Okay, that's
the dreads,
facts.
the face tags,
Facts.
all that. He's the
Facts.
Apex. So
Yep.
I give that to him. Ross is always going to be someone that's lyrical, that paints you a story, that has fun, that makes you feel like you're rich, this and the third. But what these two did before him, Wayne and Hove just really just laid that out.
I just want to say, I think the moment you were talking about Lil Wayne being the best rapper alive, there was a moment
There was a couple
where
years
Wayne
was that
was just
guy.
unf***able. There's no, Jay-Z, if we're talking about legacy and forever, ever, but there was a few years, and you know this, where Wayne was
Wayne was
the
on
guy.
fire.
Wayne
He
was
the guy.
untouchable. Do you feel like it wore off?
It wore off.
Wayne's ability to be the best rapper, do you feel like it wore off?
Well, I feel like
As
you know,
no.
just like all great talent, sometimes they peak.
Right.
That's all. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, look, we could even say Eminem was. Would you guys say that he peaked? Still Eminem. He still has his resume. Still has all his accolades.
Long time
But
ago.
if he's been putting out verses. We're not talking about the same way Jay-Z just put out a verse, and we're talking about it like. We ain't never heard, never heard, we're talking about his best verse of all time.
That was 4 minutes.
Came out of people's mouths.
That's 4 minutes.
He dropped the whole EP in a verse. He could have broke that up to albums.
Dropped a whole EP.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it, but it's like you're 52 years old.
Exactly.
You're still talking as if you're 26. You're still competing.
Exactly.
Against two of some of the best that we've ever heard.
Exactly.
And you're still sounding sharp.
Exactly.
And all right. Okay. All right.
All right, Khaled.
Yo, you know what?
When you see new rappers coming up, or this one's hot, or this one's hot, and I'm the same. Like, I'll be like, yo, it's happened to me. I haven't said this out loud before. This last Cole album and this new Kendrick album had me rethinking my top 10s all time. Right? It had me like, wait a minute now, there's gotta be some adjustments to how I look back at.
As time goes on,
There's gotta be some adjustments.
Yes.
And so you make those adjustments based on quality of work, consistency, musicality. Now, obviously in
Progression.
hip hop, we talk about business acumen and the things you were able to do. Going back to the Lil Wayne time, a lot of influence, a lot of great music, right?
Which
But
he
I
said
was
in the
sitting there
verse.
like, let me see how this plays out over an extended period of time. On to Kanye West, another one of our greats in hip hop. Yeezy beefing with the corporations he's decided to do business with.
Look, I saw a lot of quotes from Kanye saying that Adidas copied one of styles for his sneaker, that they went ahead and did Yeezy Day without his approval, that they hired someone else to run the brand without his approval. He listed a whole bunch of things and said all done without his approval, which makes me wonder, where's your paperwork? Where are your lawyers? Do you have a contract? If they really did copy all this stuff without your approval and they're supposed to get approval, can't you sue them? Why are you complaining to us? Are we supposed to do something? You're old enough to have your business together. It just sounds a little bit whiny to me. Why should this be our problem?
Low?
Could care less.
You don't care that
I do not care.
his shoe was copied or the business part or...
It's just everything that's happening with Kanye, I just literally do not care anymore.
To Nadeska's point about the paperwork, you would think that there would be some sort of agreement between them that would prevent Adidas from
just stealing
doing
his
what they're
ideas,
doing.
Right.
And if there isn't, it's still unethical in some regard. Like when you look at it to be like, really, y'all just gonna build and then, you know what I mean? So that looks whack, if that's really what's taking place.
If that's the case, yes.
There is a piece of my brain, though, that says there is paperwork. They've been asking Kanye to do certain things. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been responsive or amicable or someone that has been willing because he's moved on into some other thing and they're like, bro, we still gotta...
We still have a deal here.
Obligations
we paid you millions for this.
So there's a piece of my brain based on what we see from Kanye and I've heard in the past that makes me think that. And there's also a piece of me that feels like Kanye does this to, like you said, turn to the public and impose his will. Yeah, he's not as powerful as one of these big corporations, but maybe there is something in the business dealings that he wanted to change. They didn't want to change. And so he's using his power to influence the relationship, which to us looks whack, but in real life, if we were talking about business and billions of dollars.
I have previously worked with a person who signed contracts and paperwork and then, just on an emotional whim, decided they didn't like what they signed and would do the same thing, just make it up, right? Completely just make it up, lies, just big, huge, elaborate
Only
lies.
on the Rap Life Review.
Right?
This clip's gonna move around.
I'm just saying.
This clip's gonna make...
It's bad business, I think.
Yes.
To just be emotional. Figure it out behind the scenes. Oh, we didn't talk, have you talked about him trying to hang Eddie out to just get murdered by the Barbz? This happened while I was away.
Yeah, that was
You were just gonna let that
before
slide?
we get to the Barbz, shout out to the Barbz, y'all my peoples. Listen.
You set Eddie up.
You definitely...
I was out of the country.
No.
I hopped on Twitter.
Eddie set himself up.
Okay,
Eddie
fine.
tweeted
And then
it.
Ebro
Eddie said, yo, this
poured
record being
gasoline.
#1 is fishy. And when I
And
saw
I
that,
was
I
like-
said, yeah, you probably want to delete that.
But why is it fishy though?
I'm not, I'm good. Because I had a good week. It's my birthday, I'm 40.
No,
I
but
feel
my
good.
thing
Nah,
was
I'm
like
not
to
doing that,
Eddie,
so I'm
if we
not-
talking about rap and we talking about a Nicki song, like let's talk about it. Like her fans are an active fan base.
Is that a #1 song?
You knew what was
What do you
gonna
mean
happen,
a #1
right?
song? What do you mean?
Is it a #1 song?
Yes, based on what we're seeing on the charts and people using it.
But he's answering my question,
What's
which
your
is,
question?
did you know that you were setting Eddie
Yes,
up?
I told him. I'm
No, like we were in the
retweeting
group
this.
chat. He was like, yo, I'm about to like your whole up. And that's exactly what he did.
He said they're talking about my dog, my
Yo,
girlfriend.
that's too far. Yo,
Yeah,
y'all
they
be
went-
tripping
they
with
went
the
too
whole
far. They
going
went
at
too far.
people's families over records.
But what
man.
you
Yeah,
thought
nah, they
was
went
gonna
too
far. Y'all gotta
happen with
chill,
the
man.
Barbz?
You
set him up.
Fault.
You
That
set
was
him
your
up, bro.
fault.
Some of these ain't even real people. Like some of y'all just make fake profiles so you can be the worst version of a human under something completely fake for the fun of it. It's a complete troll.
That's why I'm like, I don't with them no more. Like, I'm good.
I do. I was just arguing with them the other day because they wanted us to put because in the Rap Life playlist we have the remix. Because there's more, she's rapping more on the remix.
Right.
And it's arranged a little bit different versus the original record, which I feel like leans a little bit more pop.
Yes.
So those are in the like biggest pop hits playlist.
Yeah.
And then in Rap Life, we have the more rap one. They're like, nah, switch back to the original.
Right.
Bro. Y'all not the boss of me, bro. Like, it's love, but y'all not the boss. Like, y'all gotta chill, man. And then somebody said something reckless. I was like, yo, you threatening me? And then everybody jumped in and was like, nah, that's a Cardi B fan. That ain't us.
See, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is exactly what I'm saying.
wild.
You're built for this life. You're built for this. Be kind to Eddie. Be kind.
Yeah, be kind to Eddie.
Okay, you know?
Eddie's an old radio dude. He built for the smoke. And that's the Rap Life Review. for Eddie Lowe and Nadeska, I'm Ebro. And please add that Rap Life playlist and subscribe to the YouTube here and leave all the nasty comments in here. I love them all. Matter of fact, we need to start reading comments.
I'm gonna start diving in. I'm gonna start.
No, on the show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Let's do that.
No, we're gonna come in and call people's names out and read what reckless-ish they had to say.
To encourage them to be more reckless and disrespectful.
That's all this is. That's all this is.
Lean in.
For sure.
Let's lean all the way in.
Yo, they don't know me like that, son.
No.
If we gonna act stupid, let's act stupid.
If you were feeling that episode of the Rap Life Review, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have a question for us, leave it in the comments and we'll hit you back on the next episode.